Hey, Harpslingers, welcome to the Harpslinger podcast, where each and every week we hang out with the greatest harmonica players in the music business. Hey, if you are watching this on the Honer Music Facebook page, which many people are, make sure you share that to your own personal profile. Help us spread the word about the podcast and also about harmonica, these great players we're having on the show. And want to give a big shout out right here to my friends at Honer Harmonicas for sponsoring this. We're super grateful and couldn't do it without you guys. So thank you so much. Hey, listen, I get excited every week, and I'm excited this week as well. We've got a great person on the show. You're going to love this. My next guest has been playing harmonica since he was 12 years old. His biggest early inspiration came when his brother introduced him to the music of James Cotton. Later in life, he would become Cotton's driver, touring with the James Cotton Blues Band, and even Cotton's opening act, playing along with Superharp himself. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Mr. Deak Harp. How you feeling, Deak?
Oh, not so bad, not so bad.
Good, man. Good, man. Well, you're looking good.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I'm digging your background there, man. I think your podcast background is better than my podcast background. You've got a lot more cool stuff on there on the wall.
Got a brick wall there.
I got a little bluesy, a blues club vibe going here with the brick wall, and trying to get that was the goal anyway. But I think your place looks like a real juke joint, so maybe I need to change my whole schematic here. I don't know. You got Superharp right there. You got a little Honer action on the side. Super cool. Super cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're from You're living pretty much at the epicenter for blues music, Clarksdale, Mississippi, right down the street from Ground Zero Blues Club, which is a fantastic area. I've seen you a couple of times playing in that area. I saw you at the King Biscuit Festival. I was vacationing with my father there to check it out, and then we went over to Clarksville and saw the the Juke Joint Festival, and saw you play there as well. So I feel like I know you, yet I don't. So let's get to know you a little bit. You're originally from the East Coast, is that right?
I was born in Jersey City, and then moved to the suburbs of Woodbridge. And I lived there till I was, I don't know, maybe about 30.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
That's where I'm from.
Right on. I spent a little time on the East Coast myself. My wife is a Jersey girl. I actually love New Jersey. A lot of great harp players from New Jersey, actually.
All right. Now, Is this aired right now live on Facebook? Or
no, sir? We are pre-recorded, and we air every Tuesday on the Honer Music Facebook page, and also, which I failed to mention in the intro, you can also tune into this podcast on the on the Harpslinger YouTube channel. And we've got about year number 36, I believe, in a long list of wonderful harmonica players and characters, I might add. And they're all cataloged there. So you can go see episode 1 with Adam Gusso all the way to Deak Harp, number 30.
Adam was the first one, huh?
Yes, he was. Adam was the first one. He was a great way to kick it off. Also living in Mississippi, by the way. I think he's in Oxford, right?
Yep. He actually and I probably know each other 30 years too. I remember when he first started playing with Satan.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. I've actually played with Satan maybe before Adam once on I got a cobweb to fix. Yeah. I'd say it'd be about on 32nd Street, right around the corner from the Penn Station.
Yeah.
Satan used to play right across the street from McDougal's Pub.
Yes, I know that place.
And I would see him there, and one day I asked him, "Can I come sit in with you?" And he sure enough let me.
Right on. What a fascinating character that guy is. Amazing.
And to be honest, when I started my second career as a musician, and I was a street musician at the Biscuit. I used to play at the Biscuit in the streets all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And Satan was my inspiration to having a drum set at my feet, and like he did, and the one-man band and the guitar. And I added the harp because I couldn't afford Adam, so no.
Yeah, well, you've been playing harp for a long time. I mean, you started when you were 12 years old.
Yep.
I read in your bio that your brother had given you your first harmonica. What a gift!
It was my brother who actually turned me on to James Cotton. He
Oh,
told
okay.
me, you need to find out about James Cotton. And I was like, what? So I did all the research, and I found he was playing one day at the Stanhope House, and got there early, and yeah, got to meet him, and we hit it right off. That next day, he actually went out and bought a harmonica case. Told his manager, I want you to get a case just like Deak has, and put all the harps in a row, A, B, C, D, E, F, G,
Yeah.
and it was a little suitcase,
Yeah.
and anyway, every time he saw me after that, he would try to get my case back from me. He wanted me to trade cases with him. So finally one day I did.
Wow.
And at the time I was still struggling with tongue blocking.
Uh-huh.
But as soon as I put my harps in that case and drove home from Chicago back to Jersey after the tour was over, picked up my harmonica, and immediately I was able to tongue block from the spirit of that case being through what, he gave me his case. And I think I say my harmonica is marinated in that case.
Yes.
And I was able to get that big sound that Cotton had.
Absolutely. Wow. I love those sort of metaphysical stories like that. That's
And the funny thing is too, I wasn't there for the funeral and stuff when he passed away, but I was hired to be on a guest. I was a guest harmonica player on a rock record, and they hired me to come to Austin to record it. And they flew me out. They put me up first class and whatnot. And while I was there, I decided I wanted to go see Cotton's grave and tell him, go, fucking Deak's here.
Yeah.
Excuse my French, but
I love it.
I'm here, motherfucker. I told him. Anyway, it was a shocking to see that his gravestone has a harmonica case next to it. Like, it's part of the whole structure. If you look up his grave, it's real wild.
Oh, wow.
And
Cool.
I inspired James Cotton to get his stuff back together with the harmonica. His case anyway. Of course, he was the greatest harmonica player, but he kept his harps in a Chevrolet. Well, I called it a Chevrolet Regal bag forever, but it's a Crown Royal bag, the one with the little pull.
The purple bag.
Yeah. He kept all his harps in there.
That's great.
And I inspired him to get his stuff together with his harp case anyway.
That's a wonderful story. So you have a long history with him, actually. You sort of followed him around a little from watching him. I can relate to that. I've had some players that I've done that with as well. But I mean, James Cotton. So you became friends, and you became his bus driver or his
yeah.
Tell. I mean, you must
when
have
he had big band, he was still singing. He didn't lose his voice yet.
Right.
Yep.
Well, so
but I sat down with him, and he showed me, just some of the greatest things, I can never replace it,
Yeah.
I'd have been still 20 years from now trying to figure it out,
Sure. Well, it's interesting when you're on the road, people that haven't spent a lot of time touring like you have, they don't realize that you're spending, all waking hours with the same people. You sort of become a family. You become very close, all of you. And so I can only imagine the experiences you must have had out there and the things.
I was the only white guy in the van.
I love it. Oh, I love it. Well, hey, can tell us about some of the things, if you can remember some of the stories of what he taught you.
I got a real funny one.
Yeah.
I tell this one. We was cruising through Woodstock, and Cotton's like, man, we got to go to this soul food place, man. I know the cook, So I was like, all right, let's do it, So I pull over and we get outside, we're sitting down. All right, so now we're eating, Still haven't met this cook, that he knows, But I'm halfway through my meal, at the time I was I had one tooth missing or something, but I couldn't get all the meat off the bone.
Right.
And anyway, the cook comes out, and Cotton right away tells him, "Hey, this is Deak, man. I've been teaching him how to play harmonica." So he looks down at my plate, looks up at me, looks down at my plate, looks over at James, looks down at my plate, looks over at James again. He goes, "You might have taught him harmonica, but you sure ain't showed him how to clean the bone yet." We all died that day. It was funny. It was really funny.
That's fantastic. I love it. Yeah, you're sharing meals. You're out there in the van. You're in the hotels. You're at the gigs. I mean, you even you became an opening act at times for Cotton as well, right? What was that experience
like? Relief. I was mainly his relief, where he could go have a smoke and have a quick beer or something.
Yeah.
Take a break for a minute, and I would sit in for 2 or 3 songs.
Wow.
Hold on one second. I think that there's somebody trying to get in. Hold on.
Well, folks, if you're just tuning in now, we're with Deak Harp, and he is coming to us from his Emporium, the Mississippi Saxophone and Blues Emporium, right there in the heart of it all, right? Just doors down from grounds of the Blues Club, and yeah, so Clarksdale, Mississippi, right here. You can see some of the pretty cool stuff on the wall too. Yeah, as I commented. Yeah,
they want to come back. My store here, of course I make custom harmonicas.
Yeah, tell us about your store and where you are right now, and what's going on in that place.
I'm in Clarksdale, and I have a custom harmonica store. It's low budget. I mainly I restore old Marine Band harmonicas and turn them into Deak Harps.
Okay.
Now this is one of the combs that
it's beautiful.
I took all the finish off.
Uh-huh.
Right now, that one's a D flat.
Uh-huh.
This one's an A.
Okay. Right.
And I'm working on them right now. I got a batch of 30. This took me all morning. There's 1, 2, 4, 7 harmonicas here.
Wow. What kind of wood are they made of, Deak?
They're the original pear wood combs.
Okay. All right, great.
And then when I'm done,
that's gorgeous.
They're all glossed out. This is the finished combs.
That's beautiful.
And go into my pile of parts, and I find the comb and I find the parts, and then I build the harp. And I can maybe show you this.
Oh wow!
There's my strobe tuner still spinning. Yeah.
Wow.
And that's how I tune my harmonicas. I mean, I have. I'm a harmonica nut.
Yeah. I mean, I just got a quick glimpse of your store there, but wow, those are beautiful too.
Combs that I have to still sand and stuff. Got 30 of them. I mean, I can give you a quick tour of the shop.
Yeah, maybe. Sure. I think people would love to see that. Oh my gosh, man.
There's all my girls.
Okay. Nice. Diddley bow. Couple. Yeah. Okay. I love that. That's beautiful. I saw that recently on your Instagram
My
page.
guitar amp right there is a Fender 57 Tweed Deluxe. Can you see it?
Yes, sir. I can. Well, go down just a little bit. There we go. Yeah. Wow, that's fantastic.
And this is my Bassman. That's a reissue Bassman. Then it's just full of stuff.
Tons of memorabilia. There he is. Right there.
Charlie.
There you are. Yeah, right on.
There's me and Cotton. I don't know if you can see that. Him and I passing the harp back and forth.
I love it. That's fantastic. Wow, a lot of
Billy Boy Arnold. He played my fest. We just lost Paul Osher. He was at my fest.
Yeah.
There's the harps for sale.
Right. You are the place to go in Mississippi, it seems, for all things harmonica.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, for
And then
sure.
this is my sort of museum pieces in there.
Uh huh.
Oh, you can see those.
Sir, yeah, definitely. I have a few of those actually. Yeah, yeah, okay. Got some bikes.
I got the new
Yeah,
Sunny Terry one.
super cool. You're gonna save that for yourself, right?
Yeah,
Right.
there's a couple old cotton posters.
Uh-huh. Yes, I remember seeing that image. The Deak Harp poster.
My Australian tour poster.
Fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Now, I want to say when I was in your store, this has been a few years ago. It was not as full as it is now. It looks like it's really grown.
We're filling it up.
Nice. I love it.
Actually, I guess on Monday, Charlie Musselwhite's coming over with Aki Kumar.
Ah, right
He's gonna
on.
bring Aki over to my shop, and
Cool.
Charlie lives 1 block away from me,
Really?
from my shop. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I know he's from there originally, right?
No, he used to visit here all the time, but now he's living here permanently.
Okay. Okay. He's a Mississippi guy though, right? Isn't he from Mississippi? I thought he was at least.
Yeah, Cusco.
Okay.
I
Okay.
would say that. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. Very cool. Well, look at man. If anybody wants to hang out with some great harp players, now we know the spot to go.
It's the spot.
Yeah,
Too
fantastic.
bad harp players weren't so cheap. I'd sell more harmonicas.
Well, hey, you're putting that out into the world now. Then now they're gonna come through. You're gonna get orders now, I'm sure. So
Looks like when they're done.
it's beautiful. Give us a little bit of a demonstration if you don't mind. That's
That's one of my hard.
fantastic. I love your tone, man. You got it. You got that deep thing.
You
It's
gotta have that big tone. You can't. No, the
you gotta
pucker players will always tell you that the tongue blockers, you know, their tone's just as good.
Well, I love that you laugh. You know what? That's been a bone of contention, hasn't it? And I've had
Yes,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
and wood and all of that makes a difference. It's not really, you know what it is? The most important thing of it is your body. It's your body.
Mm-hmm.
If you can relax your larynx and your body long enough to just to be so relaxed when you're using your vibrato and your diaphragm, that's when the golden note comes out.
Mm-hmm.
You
Right.
know, and if
Yeah.
you're all tensed up and if your embouchure ain't good, it's gonna be a tough battle.
Yeah.
And then, like, I choose to only play low tune harmonicas. If I'm gonna play a D harp, it's got to be Manish Boy or something. Otherwise, I'll play a low D. Especially if I'm going to be amplified.
Uh-huh. I
I'll
noticed
use
that.
lower.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I like to use the lower harps, low D, low F, low C.
Mhm.
I mean, the low C, they're a bugger to bend, but you can. I mean,
Wow.
this is actually a Richard Slay harp.
Okay. All right.
He made it for me. And actually, when I got it from him, I said, Richard, ain't you supposed to be able to bend it pretty easy? And he goes, let me see it. And he grabbed it and went, bow. I'm like, oh, I guess I'll have to work on that. The low harmonicas are, especially anything lower than C, boy, they're hard to bend.
Yeah, right on. So, do they even make the Marine Band in a low C anymore?
No, they don't.
Oh, I don't think so.
I have a friend that has some leftover stuff from that though.
Yeah, yeah. And with your skills, you're able to bring them back to life and just keep using them. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like this one is a square harp. I mean, this is a low F that I redid.
Okay.
But I left it square because I only need one custom harmonica. I play in G a lot, so I use that.
All right.
But I've been switching off to C, the key of C, and I just redid this low F. You know what I like? Still breaking in.
I love that.
Yeah, this low F is. I used it the other day at the Bentonia Blues Festival, and I tuned my baritone guitar down to C because everybody says, "Well, Deak, you only play in one key." So
watch this. So, well, I was just going to ask you, if you're playing in G, you're probably doing a lot of drop D tuning on your guitars. Is that what you're? Yeah.
I do open D.
Open D. Okay, right on. And tell us how I know you play diddley bow. I've seen you play it. I love the diddley bow. I've never played one. I was curious. What's the tuning on a diddley bow like?
D-A-D, just like open D.
Okay.
But I have 3 strings, so you could choose between D-G-D or D-A-D. It depends on which way you want to play it, but yeah. I like it because on a G harp, your middle note is the A, and that's the bent note. So it's right there. This is a Joe Fallisco harmonica, actually.
Nice. Yeah, you've got some great builders there making harps for you there. That's amazing. And your own.
I asked Joe because he's the top dog. I asked him if he'd make me one. He wouldn't take no cash for it either.
He's a sweet
I help him out at the spa all the time. I'm one of his teachers at spa.
Okay, great.
So he said for all the stuff I did at the spa convention, he sent me them.
That's an amazing thing. Yeah. And they're amazing harps. Amazing. And he's a great guy. I've loved spending. I had him on the show not too long ago. Loved spending time with him. Good soul. Yes.
Man, he's like, him and Richard are my, they're forefathers of this custom harmonicas as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, they really are. And they're now they're both doing the Fallisco method of tuning, right? Is doing the same. Yes, that's right. Okay, I thought I had that right. Yeah.
I build I use the Fallisco method for my draw plates too. I make a deeper draw plate so that the one draw don't rattle.
Okay. Yes. Right. Absolutely. Right on. Yeah. That's really cool. Where can people get a hold of your harps actually? If they want to.
I'm the only one that I don't have an online spot to get them or anything. They have to 217-218-2194 Deak.
There you go, folks. I'll put that in the show notes as well, so in case anybody wants to order a Deak harp.
Cool.
Yeah, right on.
I don't give them away for free. They're highly expensive. They're $250, and I don't sell many of them, but I can't build them for less. I mean, if I was going to make square ones and stuff, I could probably do them cheaper, but painting them and rounding them and sanding them for days, I'm not going to do it for less.
It's a lot of labor, and they're beautiful harmonicas, And
I stand behind them. I just had a guy sent. He had a problem with one of the harps, and that happens. I mean, especially if you're sending it to Canada, sometimes a guy will drop it and it'll knock the reed out of line. Well, he waited like 3 months, and then he opened it up and said that he retuned the 3. And he wants me to refund him his money now after he went in there and monkeyed around with it. I won't mention any names. Maybe he'll hear this podcast and realize that he really messed up. All he had to do was send it back to me because I stand behind all my work. No matter what happens to that harp, unless you run it over, I can fix it.
Right on.
And
here,
he did the wrong thing. And then he yelled at me in an email.
Oh, oh man. Well, there's always one apple in the bunch,
Uh,
Yeah.
so everybody's human,
Everybody's, yeah. We all make mistakes. I seem to make them all the time.
Oh, as long as you don't make deadly mistakes.
That's right. That's right.
That's bad.
We don't.
You only learn those once.
Yeah, exactly. Well, hey, tell us about, you mentioned that you were just yesterday playing at a music festival there in Mississippi. Tell us, about what, we're starting to come back. We're starting to sort of revive ourselves for live music after COVID. What do you have planned coming up that people can get to, or maybe check you out? Will you live stream any of this stuff by any chance?
I've been just really basically, I'm concentrating on the store right now.
Okay.
I will accept any gigs that comes my way. But right now I gotta get these harmonicas out. I got pre-orders since COVID started, and I wasn't able to come into the shop for 6 months. So I had to sit, it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
And now the town let us come back to work.
Mm-hmm.
It's slow.
Yeah.
It's real slow.
Yeah.
But I'm concentrating, like I said, mainly on getting getting a good batch of harmonicas built, so I have stock.
Mm-hmm.
And I am playing. I'm booked for Jazz Fest New Orleans.
Congratulations. That's great. You've played Jazz Fest before, right? This is your
It'll be my third one.
third time.
Now, I just contacted them today because they still didn't give me the actual, go ahead. But they just released the lineup, and Charlie Musselwhite's on it.
Great.
They're going to get back to me, I'm sure, this week, and I'll know.
Yeah.
I was booked, and so they're going to honor everybody that was booked, so it'll be no problem.
Wonderful.
Unless I'm booked somewhere else, but why would I want to do that?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good one to play on.
That's where the money is.
Yeah.
Good.
That's where the money is. I feel like in the music business is in touring for sure.
Yeah. Well, I'm also working on some European stuff. I'm working on going to the Netherlands this winter, Germany. Right. I'm gonna just start touring. I want to do 2-week tours in other countries, and not as play much here.
Right. Now, you're unique because you're really proficient at the one-man band thing. I mean, you don't need a band necessarily.
I need the drummer. That's it. I got a bass player with a thumb. I got guitar here, harp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when you go to Europe, do you primarily you pick up a drummer over there, or do you take one with you, or do you do these primarily by yourself?
It's whatever they can afford. I like to always bring my drummer.
Right.
But sometimes they say, well, we got a guy that's just as good here. All right. So then, like when I went to Australia, I was fooled so easy by, I was all worried about, I gotta get that Mississippi groove,
Yeah, right.
Well, my buddy's drummer that was going to work with me, he worked on it. He actually did the homework. When I got there and we did our first rehearsal, we were set up for 2 days of rehearsal. And I said, man, nah, we're good. I mean, the first 5 songs, I hit him with the stuff that, all other drummers would have trouble with.
Yeah.
Trying to decipher where to put the beats. And he hit it right off the bat. And I was like, man, we're good. We're good to go. And we had a hell of a tour. Right. Man, it was a great tour.
Now, where did you go when you were in Australia?
We went from Sydney all the way down to Melbourne. We hit everywhere on between.
Killer. Are you doing one-nighters, or are you doing a couple nights? Okay. A lot of traveling, but you still get to see so much, I feel like, even from the van.
It is big. That friggin' world, that place is big. And I think one of our last shows we did, I supported Ian Collard with Collard Green and Gravy. Out there.
Nice.
And he had a CD release party, so he hired me to, to open for him.
Yeah.
And my God, the club was a really, famous club, so I was hip to doing it.
Yeah.
Um, but it went great, man. It was unbelievable.
So what do you you've been around the world. You just mentioned a ton of places in Europe, and
Hmm.
now Australia, you know,
Chile too, I went to.
and Chile as well. Really? So
Yeah.
tell me, like, what is how do the audiences differ from place to from area of the world to area, from Chile to maybe the Netherlands, for instance?
The Australians love to dance.
Okay.
Well, as soon as you hit the first note, they're up on the floor, pushing tables out of the way and digging it.
Mm-hmm.
In Australia, in Switzerland, they were more refined, but they really loved the blues.
Uh-huh.
And people from Chile, oh, it was great. They literally had a good time. Hi.
Hey, bring them in. We got guests,
Hey,
everyone.
I
Yeah.
got guests again.
Yeah. That's great.
I'm all right. I'm doing a podcast with the
Tell them.
Harpslinger page.
Yeah, tell them hi.
Huh? Who's playing?
Were you playing somewhere last night?
No, but I'm playing tomorrow night at Ground Zero.
Oh, you are.
Tomorrow night, Ground Zero.
Mhm.
Dang, I'm early.
Ground Zero tomorrow night.
Yep.
They have a live cam, by the way, I believe.
They do, but they don't turn it on a lot. I actually am going to be on tomorrow night on live from Clarksdale's page.
Okay, live from Clarksdale's page. Is that live
That's
from Clarksdale.com?
Uh-huh. No, it'd be a Facebook.
Oh,
page,
Facebook. Okay.
Live Clarksdale. They'll probably tag me in it.
Okay.
And then yeah, it'll be a 1 hour show from
Nice.
8 to 9 o'clock.
Perfect. Friday night show right there from
Ground
Ground
Zero.
Zero Blues. Yeah, I mean, that's a great club. If you haven't been there, folks, it's an amazing place. You know what? I'd like to talk to you about this, and because I know you're not originally from Mississippi, but I'm really curious about. I have family from Northeast Arkansas, and I grew up in Southern Illinois, right on the Mississippi River. You know, similar areas, and especially the Arkansas connection. So I've been driving through those parts of the country since I'm a little boy, and I have always felt, speaking earlier about sort of metaphysical things. I always felt like there was a palpable something in the air down there, and I don't feel like it was my imagination. I mean, I just feel like everywhere you look, you feel like you're
You have to be
swimming
in tune.
Yeah, it's is that why you moved to Clarksdale?
Well, it's funny you say that because all my friends that wound up moving here and staying here said the same thing. It was something in the air. It's just, you could feel it. If you
Yeah.
you can tune in and feel the vibe of the spirits. Yeah, you'll never leave. And that's why I did.
How long have you been there now?
I've been here now since 2013, but I've been coming here since '06. And actually 92, because my first trip to Clarksdale was with James Cotton. He dropped off harmonicas to the Blues Museum that he signed. And he told me about Clarksdale for the first time. I was brought here by James Cotton.
That's
When we were off tour, we were on vacation, actually. We went down to New Orleans that week too.
okay.
So I got a taste of the whole thing.
Yeah. That's fantastic. It's even when you were not on the road with James, you guys were vacationing together. Sounds like everybody got, I mean, that's kind of remarkable. Anybody that's ever been in a band knows that, you may love the guys in the band like brothers, but after being on the road with them all the time, you kind of want to take your own vacation. You know what I mean?
That's right.
But so that speaks a lot about James and the kind of people that he surrounded himself with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Superharp, they called him Superharp, and I'm curious if you know, like, where did that come from? Where did that term come from?
Super. He was Mr. Superharp himself.
Well, I know he was, but who coined that term? Do you know?
I don't know, but he had a denim jacket with studded what do they call them on there too?
Yeah.
Studs.
Yeah.
Metal studs.
And
Yeah.
said Superharp on there.
Oh yeah.
He had some of the greatest album covers ever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would have loved to have met him. Well, hey, listen. I've taken enough of your time today. I know you're a busy man. You got a lot of work to do. It's been a real pleasure getting to know you. And
I'm so glad you did it, because I've been watching out the window. Nobody's been in Clarksdale. Nobody's stopping in, and all of a sudden, once I'm on TV, everybody wants to come in and say hello to Deak.
see the Harpslinger podcast bringing good mojo, even
Right.
the Deak Harp. I love it. Well, Deak,
You know, I got to say thanks to Honer Harmonicas, because my first harmonica was a Marine band, the 364, and I've been playing Marine bands all my life. I'm a Honer man. I'm endorsed through Honer. I can't say nothing better about the harmonicas. The wood comes from the Black Forest in Germany, pear wood.
Yeah,
and they're the best harmonicas.
Yep. Ditto what Deak just said. All that goes for me too. Absolutely. Deak, I can't wait to now one more question for you. Is there going to be a juke joint festival this year, or a King Biscuit
We
festival?
had our juke joint festival already in April.
Oh, okay.
Probably not going to do my fest this year. I got to still catch up. Got so many things to catch up on.
Okay.
But I do have mine. But the Sunflower Fest is going to be on. That's in August.
Great.
And then King Biscuit Fest is going, and that's where Clarksdale picks up again too, because the nightlife, everybody that goes to the Biscuit comes to Clarksdale at night.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I remember being there myself and going to Reds, going to, there were just sort of starter pop-ups all over town. I just was in heaven. It was a really wonderful experience. Well, I wanted to say one more thing to you. Oh, well, yes. If people want to tell people again where they can get in touch with you. First of all, your website is deakharp.com.
Yep.
If you want to find out more about Deak, you can do it there. You also teach lessons, right?
I do. I teach on Zoom. I teach on FaceTime. Facebook Messenger has video chat. I can do all of that. If they want to learn how to tongue split. So I can play upside down.
I love it. That's some Sonny Boy stuff there. I love it. You're fantastic.
You gotta be able to play with your tongue on both sides, man, in order to enjoy the whole instrument.
Yeah, I hear you. I got, you know what? Maybe I need to take one of those tongue blocking lessons from you.
Come on down.
Well, I just might. So tell folks your phone number one more time so they can reach out if they want to buy a harp or take a lesson.
All right. So if you think of it as a song, it's 217-218-2194 Deak. 2194.
I love it. We got to hang out sometime. You're a lot of fun. I sure appreciate you being on the Harpslinger podcast. People are really going to love this episode. We got to do it again sometime,
Well, let's do it. Let's do it, man.
All right, my friend. Peace and love to you, Deak. Have a great weekend.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Peace.